All right, let's talk about a technique that really separates the good React Native apps from the truly great ones. We're talking about the art of the custom hook. If you've ever looked at one of your component files and just thought, wow, this thing is doing way too much, then you are in the right place.
So be honest. Have you ever opened up a component file that started out all nice and simple, but now it's just this tangled mess of state, data fetching, and UI rendering all crammed into one spot? If you're nodding your head, don't worry, you're not alone. It's a classic sign that your app is growing up.
And this is usually how it goes, right? A screen starts with one simple job. Just show some stuff on the page. But then, oh, you gotta add an API call to get that stuff. Then you add some caching to make it load faster. Then maybe some loading spinners. And before you know it, your once clean, simple component is this giant file that's a total headache to update or debug. Yeah, this is what we call the overcrowded screen. It's that moment when one single file is trying to be the hero and do everything: the UI, the data fetching, state management, caching, the whole shebang. The problem is, this breaks a really important rule in software design. Basically, that everything should have one job. It makes your code fragile, a pain to test, and a real nightmare for anyone new joining your team. But here's the good news. There is a beautiful, elegant solution built right into React for this exact problem: the custom hook. You can think of it like hiring a specialist. Instead of your screen trying to be a jack of all trades, you delegate all that complicated logic to an expert whose only job is to handle the data. And at its core, a custom hook is actually really simple. It's not some crazy mystical thing. It's literally just a JavaScript function. The only real rule is that its name starts with the word use and you stick it in its own file. Its entire purpose in life is to wrap up all that messy logic so your screen component can get back to doing what it does best: focusing on the UI. So here's our game plan. We're going to perform a little code surgery. We'll take our big post screen component and we'll carefully pull out all the stuff that isn't UI. The API calls, the caching, the refresh logic, and we're going to move it into its own brand new dedicated hook called use posts. And that brings us to building our logic hub, the use posts hook itself. This is where all the heavy lifting is going to happen from now on, completely separate from how things actually look on the screen. So how do you actually do this? Well, it breaks down into just a few simple steps. First, to keep things tidy, create a new hooks folder in your project. Then, inside that folder, you'll create your new file, in our case, useposts.js. Now for the fun part. You literally cut all the data-related logic out of your screen and paste it into this new file. And finally, the hook just returns everything the screen needs to do its job, usually as a neat little object. So what exactly are we moving over? Well, basically everything that isn't JSX. All those use state calls for managing the list of posts, the loading spinner, the refreshing state, yep, they all go into the hook. That big async function that actually calls the API, that moves too. All the async storage stuff for caching, you guessed it, into the hook it goes. Even the onRefresh function that the user triggers gets moved. The hook is now the one and only source of truth for anything and everything related to our posts data. Okay, and now we get to the really satisfying part, the payoff. After pulling all that logic out, we get to see the incredible impact it has on our screen component. This is where the magic of this pattern really shines. So in our example, post screen, we started with something like 90 lines of code, just for managing data. 90 lines of state, effects, async functions, all of it just cluttering up our beautiful UI file. And all of that noise, all 90 of those lines of complexity, are about to get condensed down into one single, simple, and incredibly easy to read line of code. It's just so much better. You ready to see it? And there it is. That's it. That's the magic. Our screen component now just calls use posts, and boom, it gets everything it could possibly need handed to it on a silver platter. The posts, the loading status, the refreshing state, and the onRefresh function. It has no idea how it gets them, and it doesn't care. It just trusts the hook to do its job. How clean is that? I mean, the difference here is just night and day. Before, our post screen was this giant monolith trying to juggle, 5 different jobs? And now, after, it has exactly one job: render the UI. All that complex data logic is tucked away neatly inside the use posts hook, which it just imports and uses. Simple. And look, make no mistake, this is so much more than just tidying up your code. This is a fundamental shift in how you build your apps. This is the kind of architecture that lets you build professional, scalable, and truly production-ready software.
And the benefits here are huge. Your UI components become simple, predictable, your logic is all in one place, and this is the big one, it's reusable. The whole app becomes easier for everyone on the team to understand, it's way easier to write tests for, and it's dramatically easier to add new features later on.
And here's the real game changer. Think about it. What happens when you need to show a list of recent posts somewhere else, like on the home screen? Before, you probably would have just copied and pasted those 90 lines of logic. But now, you just import use posts and call it one line. You're not repeating yourself, and that is just incredibly powerful. So by embracing custom hooks, you've really taken a massive step toward writing code like a pro. Your logic is clean, it's separate, and it's reusable. So the question is, now that you have this incredibly solid foundation, what's the next step you're going to take to make your app even better?